Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty Warriors of the North Ice and Fire. We're still trying to get some money together. Finding some good items, you know, the stuff. Oh boy. Well, at least I outmaneuvered him. 50 leadership. Hey, what's with you? Who's come to join us in our meager fire? Hey there, human. Make yourself at home. Sit right down and have a drink. No, not hide no harm of him. Yes, I'm a dwarf. Don't look like a leprechaun to you. My name is Jungem Needler. I'm the best jeweler in, well, what's this place? Arcadia, Astoria, Alarnia. And who are you, my friend? I'm Olaf, son of Tormund, the best Viking in these parts. Well, he's the only dwarf, so he's the best. I'm the only Viking, so I'm the best. Be pleased and welcome your best Viking to my humble workshop. By the way, you don't happen to be interested in a spot of work? Depends on what kind of work. Well, let me tell you everything right from the beginning, Olaf. My friend Yannick and I opened our own business here. Not so long ago, in fact, we made different types of jewelry, ornaments, pendants, necklaces, bracelets. All that king of stuff. Things were going well until the invasion of the dead started. People were suddenly not interested in jewelry, everything went crazy, and the folks started to buy soup, salt, and matches. As if they didn't know that there is only one thing that remains its value, regardless. Gold. Well, perhaps diamonds too. Or rubies, maybe. So Yannick decided that he'd take a parcel of our finest goods to Greenwood, where at least the people have not forgotten the meaning of quality and value. Yannick planned to sell everything and then return. Let me guess, he disappeared along with your goods. Yes, but Yannick was more than a friend to me. He was like my brother. Even better, I have a brother, to be honest, and he is a real pig. It's not possible that Yannick robbed me. If he doesn't return, something is definitely wrong. Will you go to Greenwood and ask around the place if you see my brother ever arrived, and if they know what happened to him? I can't thank you enough for help. Of course, business isn't going too well now, but I can always escape together enough to show my appreciation. 2 magic runes. Oh yes. Let's see what he sells. He sells a drum, plus 150 leadership, plus 1 moral to all humans. That's interesting. And an artifact, plus 5 damage to burning, poisoning, freezing. Plus 10 leadership requirements for alchemists. I like alchemists, and if I could, I would buy them all. But let me guess, he does not sell them, no. He's a dwarf. They hate undead, so no choice here. This is an engineer. Oh, that's interesting. But look at the leadership. That's insane. That's an insane cost of leadership. No way. He can make robots. He can repair robots. He has fire protection. He's drunk. He's a mechanic. So we could build an army with him. Well, to be real honest, I have no fucking idea how we can get to this castle. It is protected by a beholder, and that is about the fastest thing I know. Well, I think I can get rid of that beholder somehow, but it will be a hard call, I tell you, a hard call. Oh, I tell you. Have you ever seen something that fast? No, of course not. Maybe vampire bats. Hey! Here, eyes here. Eyes up there. So we might have a chance. We might have a chance. If we play our cards right and if we move as lightning fast as we can, we might have a chance. So. And that all for 50 leadership. That's disgusting. Okay, let's talk to that guy. Richard! Iron Richard. Well, you must be Olaf the Viking, about whom I've been told. You've been acting on behalf of Prince Consort Gulliford, right? I'm commander of Darien's forces in Alania, Captain Richard, or Iron Richard. I was once called by the old King Mark. You probably don't know this, but I was mentor to young Bill Gilbert, back to when he was just an unknown adventurer. And I was the young princess, or should I rightly say Her Majesty Emily. I taught her how to hold her sword in the right hand. Yes, those were the times. Now I'm rotting in Alaria, commanding the troops of the kingdom in fractional war with the mages. You look extremely anxious, Captain. Maybe I can help you with something. Actually, you can. Here in Alania we have a settlemate situation. We trapped the mages in the tower, but we can't take them by storm. The curse barrier won't let us through. In short, since we're just sitting here, I've released a regiment that would be very useful to Captain Renly in Greenfoot. Unfortunately, we don't have enough officers. Do you think you can escort the troops to Captain Renly so that they don't disband all the way? What do you say? No problem. Where are these soldiers? Oh, they're here. The units in question are currently campaigning the beach, destroying undead. One detachment is on the island of Griffin. The second is on the west coast of Alania, nearby. You will need to attach them and take them to Greenwood. Renly will surely thank you. I've heard that even the grooms and barbers have been obliged to take up a spare. Well, can you do it? No problem, Captain. Captain, I want to talk to you about a soldier named Walter. Which want to talk about that coward? Imagine we're in the thick of an intense battle. A battle of life and death, and it's worthless. It's standing in the shade discussing the tactical talents of my lieutenants. The nerve of the fellow. I had no choice but to lay down the law and show him the door. And I must say I was only reluctant to reduce the moral of the rest of the lads. It made me deal with him so kindly. Well, there's no question he's good for nothing, but I still believe the army must pay him his salary as he's due. I think he's owned a dashed lasses and 2 weeks in a cooler, but very well, Olaf. Since you're special envoy of His Highness Prince Consort, I'll give you the coward's salary if you fulfill the mission we're discussing. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. What can you tell me about Prince Gulliford? Why do you ask? I just wanted to know what you thought about it. In my opinion, you know, he was always seemed a strange choice for a husband of Her Majesty. Out of so many worthy candidates, he chose this unknown Gulliford for some insignificant backwoods. Yes, and no one had heard of him until he appeared in the palace. Whether his name was Gorgamather or Tillingsmuller, there was this feeling that he simply bewitched her. Or maybe she just fell in love? Maybe, Olaf, maybe. The younger the bride, the hotter the passion. Yes. But something strange happened. Shortly after the wedding, the invasion of the undead started. So the young queen disappeared, and now Gulliford sits on the throne, surrounded by his proteges, and all the honorable old warriors, I think he means himself, have been sent away to various backwaters. We have picked a fight with Renzo of some kind of trinket, and it grows so hatred that I have to fight the mages in Alia instead of fighting the undead. In the Volund wasteland there is not a living soul left, and the undead devastated it. Meanwhile, there he sits on the thrones, polishing his nails. Ugh. Well, once Princess Amelie returns, she shall soon put things in order. Only mind you, Olaf, I've never said any of this, and you never heard it. Richard, you have my silence. So, I want to hire soldiers. Well, I can do that. Tell me about Queen Amelie. What about our queen? What should I tell you? I'm pretty sure you don't wish to know anything too personal. That would you little like to know. Is she really the beauty as they say? Ah, well, Olaf, you ask. I've known her since she was a tiny baby. She was almost like a daughter to me. The old king, on his deathbed, entreated me to take care of his daughter and give her my support. But in short, she is, of course, a natural beauty. All of the most enlightened bachelors from all over Andoria came a-courting, but amazingly he mated his permanent cook's bomb. Hmm. But Olaf, I never say the word against his Popinary, and you would never hurt me, right? Did the Queen go and visit the dwarfs? I don't know, Olaf. It quite makes my head hurt trying to figure out why she chose to abandon her country in such dangerous times, for that are the best dubious negotiations. She should have simply sent the mail mole with a message, as usual. And what confuses me more is that my patrols have not seen her motor crate. Yet there is no other route to the dwarfs except through Alania and the Chrysan mines, and there simply isn't. If by any chance she did manage to slip past us, why would she not visit me on the way? It's a mystery. You taught her military arts? Yes, I did. Her Highness was still a child when Bill Gillywood was busy with his exploits. Well, she got into this head, and she would never even battle with him when she grew up. She came to me and whined, "Uncle Richard, show me, please show me now." His Majesty didn't interfere, if only he knew that he was not be able to mail her. So he considered it useful for his daughter to know which end of a horse to sit on. But then there was this whole mess with the demons and the time clock that she did all by herself. I tell you this, Olaf, nothing beats personal experience, no amount of training. Thanks for the story. Did you know Bill Gilbert? Can you tell me about him? Why can't I? I formerly served as a captain of the palace guards under the old king, and I was engaged in teaching the young officer tactics, strategies, and how to battle. What else can I do? Then, and behold, one fine day an aristocrat from the western counties arrived, a thin, pale fellow, with patches on his sleeves and not a penny in his purse, like we. He went to imitate the king and announced, "I want to be the royal treasure seeker." I feel I have a talent of extraordinary strength. I don't know how he appeared to the king, but I was summoned to his Royal Highness, and he told me to get this young whippersnapper into shape. He was to replace the aging Lord de Vere in the position of royal treasure seeker. De Vere had long since gone in search of the Temple of the Immortals, and hadn't been heard since. So I trained him, and his benefits, young gentlemen: tactics, strategy, unarmed combat, basic etiquette, dancing, macram. What the hell is macram? Macram? Of course, it's one of the most useful skills. Teaches fine motor skills. For a treasure seeker, it's an absolute necessity. What more can I say? I still don't know what that means. He was a most capable fellow, grasped everything on the fly. He quickly learned that all know was tested and approved by His Majesty's in office. And the rest you know. Indeed, the whole Andoria has heard of his exploits. Well, I know his feats, but can you tell me what he was like a person? In his private life, he was a womanizer, that's one thing, I can tell you. I think that is because in the old King's Bounty series you could have about 5 or 6 different wives, from a frog to a demon, everything. Orcs, dwarfs, elves, you name it, you could marry it. And they can carry stuff and get babies. That was not really surprising. He was a good-looking fellow in his way. In other words, women came chasing after him. I told him during his training, watch out for women. They're nothing but trouble. No, they're not. They're beautiful, wonderful, and a real enrichment to life. But he just loved. Well, at least mine is. And what happened? First he got involved with an enchanted frog, then a demoness, then they raped him on his head with the pot ladies, and now zombies. Ugh, all those who's of the world stem from women. Olaf, believe me, keep away from them. Shield, sword, and regular sleep. That's a soldier's life. Should be all about. Thanks for that advice. They sell pyromages. They sell horsemen. But horsemen don't like undead, so that's not working. Oh, that one is good. 1 power to slow and haste spells. 5% less leadership requirement for mystics. A mystic has a leadership requirement of, I think, 300. So 5% less means that cannot be true. That would only be 15. 15 less. Holy shit. That's not much. So this is a belt. Let's give 5% more experience in battle. Special curses enemies inflicting critical strikes. That is in fact quite powerful. The build we have give 5% more gold. So it's the question, what is more important? 5% more experience or 5% more gold? I think at the moment we go for the gold. But this curses enemies. This could be quite useful. And we're not using that. On the other hand, we have no money. On the other hand, we could start selling spells. On the other hand, 5% more experience. We're level 20, 5% more. Oh, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. It's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. It's a hard choice. But we actually need money more than anything else. Am I right? Well, tell you what. I stop it here. And I would ask you, what shall we take? The Chain of Chance or 5% more gold? Keep in mind, we need money. Keep in mind, we need leveling up. So, it's a hard choice. Well, I'm sure you'll make it good. And we'll see each other next time. Bye!